Hey everybody, it's Thunder. Just sitting here late at night. Haven't really been thinking about doing videos. Uh, I'm going to talk basically to the people of the Campfire Council, but others can listen in if they want to. I'll put this out to the public, but I'm thinking that it's time that we all start putting our heads together and figuring out alternative ways to communicate. Because we can see what's happening to Google. We can see what's happening with uh, YouTube, which is owned by Google. Half the shit on the internet's owned by Google. And so I'm wondering if anybody out there knows, and I know that there's some alternative YouTube type uh, sites where you can upload videos. Uh, and I'm just wondering if anybody out there has done any investigation to see which one of these sites might be better to use than YouTube. Also, there's the matter of the Campfire Council on Google and just communication in general. I think that we better start thinking about this stuff because it's not going to be here, and it's going to be Mickey Mouse. We're not going to be able to really share anything of any importance. Kazura's channel, I think, went down, and there's other channels going down. It's all going down, people. And I'm to the point right now where I almost don't give a shit. Because it's kind of emotional, and it's kind of upsetting. The whole ball of wax, communications in general, the world in general, America in general, everything that's going on right now in the universe, in our reality, is totally chaotic. Nothing makes any sense, and I think that's kind of meant to be that way. That's the way the central bankers, or whoever these dumb shits are that are messing with our freedoms, that's the way they want it. Okay, and unfortunately, they are in control of the internet, and the radio and the TV and everything. So we have to kind of circumvent that. So I'm thinking about ways that we can circumvent it, and ways that we can. The important thing that I think is that we just all stay in contact. We just all stay in contact with one another through the Campfire Council on Google, I suppose. And maybe we shouldn't clutter up the Campfire Council with just a bunch of stuff on there that is unimportant, really. Yeah, I mean, some music is cool, but I would rather listen to people have conversations. Maybe we could do it through pictures. Maybe we could post a picture and discuss something about that picture and how it relates to our times. Like, let's say I posted a picture of Geronimo and I related it to how we can resist, situations as a person like Geronimo would, or you get my drift here. The freedom of communication is going down, people. It's going down, and so long we have relied on things like YouTube, but YouTube ain't what it used to be. Google ain't what it used to be. Facebook probably never ever was what it was supposed to be. it's rather disheartening here, and I know that there's a lot of good conversation on the council, so we better start figuring out ways to, circumvent perhaps Google, perhaps I know there's a new kind of like Facebook thing I joined. You have to be invited. It's called ELLO. I might look into that because there might be a chance to post videos on there, and they say they don't want to be Facebook or they don't want to be anything like Facebook, and they seem pretty straight ahead. I can find out after I post about 2 videos. I sincerely hope that somehow we can circumvent this stuff. I know there's other YouTube type companies or sites on the internet. I just don't know. I'm not familiar with them. So you guys out there might be, and you might be also familiar with the ones that are less likely to be controlled. So what we could do is if we could find another source other than YouTube, which we can see what's happening readily on there, and use that source to produce our videos on, or that I can produce my videos on. I can still get it out. We can still, I can still communicate with you. Although, if push comes to shove, I might just not do any videos, but I know a lot of people like them. They write me and tell me they look forward to my next one, and although it doesn't look like I'm getting that many hits, that could all be jury rigged. I might be getting a lot more hits than what I see on there, because they tamper with that too. They tamper with how many hits you're getting, and I have some of my videos monetized. I'm going to go through and unmonetize them all on YouTube. I'm going to make a backup channel. I already have a backup channel called Campfire Council. I might just start uploading to Campfire Council on YouTube, or uploading to both. It's just kind of a pain in the ass, the whole thing. And to be truthful with you, Thunder's getting a little tired of bewailing our condition. That's why this is a more mellow video. I just don't want to. I just don't want to have to concentrate on so much negativity. I'd rather concentrate on things that are going to be upbuilding to us. Music, which you might hear in the background here. Things that are upbuilding that we can discuss. Spiritual things, meditation videos. It's a real drag to get so caught up in the world affairs that you start getting depressed. It starts dragging you down. It's not Taoist. I've gone outside of my Taoist practices lately because I've been raising hell with everybody. And the last video I did was called Last Ditch Stand, and I didn't name it that for unknown reasons. I named it that for a particular reason, and that is that basically that was my last ditch stand as far as telling people off and trying to tell people what's happening, and in a very, let's say, emphatic and crude way. But Thunder is a warrior, but I'm more about the heart, and I'm more about speaking from the heart. And so give me some ideas out there. Maybe I should change the tone of my videos, although when I get When I get into that hell-raising mode, people seem to like it. They seem to like it when I rip the establishment a new asshole. But I don't know. I'm really torn right now. Maybe you could leave some comments, but I'm really torn about. I'm not losing my fight by any means, but sometimes you got to fight by other means. Okay. And we also have to keep our own sanity. It's really at a point right now. The world's at a crossroads. Okay, we're at a crossroads where a lot of stuff's going to be going on in Ukraine, on all over the world. When they clamp down, we're not going to know about it anymore. But one thing we do know, we do know which direction it's going in right now. Okay, we know which direction it's going in, and it's spiraling. I'll get that out. Down in this kind of like death spiral, like you're in a plane in a spin, and it's basically, we're auguring in, as pilots would say. We're auguring in to the earth, And I know there's so many people that I want to thank for supporting me. The donations that I've gotten. It's even getting harder to stay on the internet because of the cost and the expense. And that's another thing, you got to figure. I have to figure, do I want to keep spending money on something that's useless to me? The only reason to have the internet now is to do business, okay, like pay your bills and maybe go on there and watch an awesome movie, which there aren't too many of, really, truthfully. How many awesome movies are left? And the other thing is you can get some pretty awesome streaming jazz and radio stations, although even those leave a lot to be desired. Let's put it that way. So the computer is basically becoming an entertainment vehicle instead of a information vehicle. Okay. And I don't know. We're just at a point right now. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say anymore. We're at a point where it's irrelevant. It's becoming irrelevant. And another thing too. I feel like I'm encamped with the enemy when, like, say, even using Google or even Google Chrome, I think, well, maybe I should switch to Internet Explorer, or maybe I should switch to Firefox, or use some other kind of, browser. And then, Google, I use Gmail. I got all my contacts on there. It's like, we have become way too dependent. So what do we do? Yeah, that's the question. What do? We've become so dependent on Google. The big G, the big, it's really, really. When I look back on the internet and when I first got on, and the early YouTube, and before Google became the big giant that it was, and all this stuff, life was much easier and much freer. It's just not that way anymore, people. We could still talk, and we could still converse, and we could still put up a video. But it's going to be harder and harder to get information to talk about anything on the video. If you get my drift here. So I want the Campfire Council especially to pay attention to. I'm just relaxing tonight, as you can see in my wife beater t-shirt here. That's what they call them. I don't know why. I need somebody to tell Thunder what they want. I want all you guys to tell Thunder what you want me to do. Which way you want me to go here. Because I'm not gonna end up struggling with Google and struggling with YouTube. And so, what do I do? Change the tenor of the videos, which can, even though you change tenor, you can always get your point across, if you get my drift. Or look for another device, another way to upload videos and to have a channel, or to have a backup channel, or all of the above. I'd really appreciate knowing what you people think on this matter. So I don't know what I'll name this video. I might just put it in the private category and put it out on just the Campfire Council site. And I might put attention Campfire Council, business. Important business or whatever. I think the Campfire Council should be our main concern. I do think that, and I do think that any videos I do should be directed towards that. And then if the public gets wind of it, or it gets shared, maybe sharing through third parties would be the key here. Don't know. Maybe putting it on the Campfire Council and then having the Campfire Council disseminate it as a, quote, sacred organization. Or maybe we could take the tack of, like, we're talking about outdoors stuff and survival, and include world affairs in there or something. I just don't like being in the enemy's camp. And I don't like partaking of things that are negative, continually negative, 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 negative. And the most negative part that you have to deal with is the lack of freedom that you can see encroaching in here. So I would rather circumvent, wean off of, or do what I have to do. I have tried so hard to get people to form up and get some land so that we don't have to go through this anymore. And the core people that are here deserve to be together. I can see that right now. Should be together. We all should be together somewhere. Just like some people I know that have lands and communes and with sacred Native American practices, Mala spotted eagle, and Matt's going up to visit Mala pretty soon, and he'll see. So that's what we should be doing, people. Trying to figure out a way to get donations and grants and things that are going to help us all in the long run, because I know that there's a lot of people in the council that are kind of having a rough time right now, and I'm not going to mention any names. They can, when they get to the point where they feel like they need help from the rest of us, they can contact me, and then I'll put out the word, and we'll get donations going, and we'll save your ass somehow. Just like I would expect all of you to save my ass if I was in trouble. Because that's what this organization's all about, is covering each other and watching each other's back and having each other's back. So I'm just speaking from the heart here about what I think that we should start thinking about as a group of people, as a group of kindred people. And let's say that Google goes down, or that they just eliminate this community, or that the internet goes down. Well, I guess we can all make it on our own, right? We all are individual warriors, and we all have the spirit of survival and the spirit of, we hope that things get better. But God, I'm sure going to miss some of you guys if this happens. Okay. I'm going to miss some people, and I think probably they're going to miss me, hopefully, because I've had some awful, warm, heartfelt comments that make me think that might be true. And again, I'm barely cutting it on the monetary thing, just keeping on the airwaves here, the internet waves. We'll see what happens, people. I'm open to suggestions, and I think that that's what we should be talking about in the council here. I think that we should be talking just like I'm talking right now, and have a big discussion. There's people in other countries even on here, so I don't know. We're going to have to figure something out here. Thunder might just go to posting written things. I don't know. Right now, it's YouTube that I'm basically concerned with, but there's other ways to communicate besides videos. I'll miss it. I really, really will miss it if I can't do it anymore, because I enjoy talking to people. But I'm not going to stress myself out to the max worrying about things that I have no control over. And truly, we don't have any control over it anymore. We don't have any control. Not at this point. At some point we might. If enough people wake up, but I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done trying to wake people up. Right now we should be concentrating on the kindred souls that surround us. So just want you to know out there, all you people, that I really care about you and love you all. And I'm open to suggestion, but right now I'm feeling like chilling. Kicking back and doing some meditation and detaching from all this, because I want to prepare myself to be truthful with you. I know what's coming. I've known what's coming. This was coming for a long time, and to me it feels like I want to use every second I can for preparation and enjoying life to the fullest, without thinking about what's going on. Because like once you know a freight train's coming on a track and it's going to hit you, and there's no way that you can get off of the track, what are you going to do? Spend your time all the time, every minute, counting the seconds that the freight train's going to hit you? Or are you going to take that valuable time and enjoy whatever's around you for that moment? That's the point it's getting to. To me, it's getting to that point where I want to enjoy my moments now. I want to read my books. I want to reflect on my life. I want to reflect on life. I want to reflect on the great spirit that moves in all things. And I'm tired of the negativity taking a toll on us all. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And so take it for what it's worth, people. Maybe I'm just being melancholy tonight, but it's an ordeal. And Thunder's been on the front lines for a long, long time. Ever since the 60s and my whole life. I have fought against an excessive amount of authority and lies and people that want to bring ruin to your life and people that want to control your life and people that want to destroy the planet. I mean, my whole life has been about that. Sure, I've done other things in my life, but my main focus has always been looking for a better conditions, okay, than what we have, and looking for some type of way to improve upon the conditions that we have, or to circumvent them. It's been a rough road, people. And none of this stuff is new. It's not new. It's been going on a long time. It's just to me, it's kind of coming to a head right now. And maybe with the gray beards, and the wrinkles, I'm getting some wisdom as to whether I want to go totally Zen and totally Taoist and just detach, or continue fighting on the front lines, because even at some point, even in the tribes, the warriors, when they got older, they were more or less advisors. They advised the young braves how to fight and how to shore themselves up. So maybe that's the tack I'll take. I don't know. That more of like giving advice to people about whatever arises in our circle. That type of thing. I guess I'm talking about a little bit more quality. Don't know. It'll be interesting to hear your comments, and I urge you all to make comments on this video and let me know what you think about this whole thing. So again, peace and love to you all, and walk the red road. And Thunder's hanging around. He's hanging around, see what's going to happen. But I'm not going to get all twisted up about it. All right? Okay. I will see you on the rebound.